Microtopia. We're back on this one. We're trying to figure out how to build a stockpile on this island over here. From this island, but we can't fly them back without the 2 plates being over there. So don't forget, use a launch pad and landing pad to fly a drone to the new island, collect 10 pieces of scrap copper and place them in a stockpile. Oh, maybe we're not supposed to bring them back yet. Maybe we're just supposed to... Can I build a stockpile on here? The stockpile doesn't require any resources. Okay, so let's create a trail for hauling. Okay, so at least we're getting them off of the platform and getting them moving. So this will do this objective. And maybe they're called iron plates. So I'm assuming you can't make them. You can't make the iron plates from copper. Ah, big brain. Right, let's complete that. You can replace a trail with another one by drawing directly on top of it. This is very handy if you want to change the type of trail. You can also use this to change the trail's direction. I like that. Continue progressing through the development tree until you unlock the Iron Worker Ant. This literally took me about 1.5 minutes to find out where this Iron Worker Ant is. So I thought I'd take a moment to say that we're on the road to 1,000 subs. Once we hit 1,000 subs, the Bob the Gamer community is going to be sponsoring a duck based on our recent repo adventures. And that will also mark when I can become a full YouTube partner. Exciting times. I appreciate all the support. Let's jump back into the video. Aha, there it is. Iron Worker Ant. We need to work. Okay, so we have quite the bit of free play. Is there any sort of iron on this planet, or is it all copper? That's an iron deposit. Okay, so there's some iron over there. Can we get there though? So this part here is just copper, right? It is. So what do we do with this? Because they said you can't place it. No, you can't. So how do we build this if we don't have iron on this area? Requires, so that requires iron as well. What is the use of copper? Unless upgrade workshop capable of producing goods that require 2 different types of materials. Small bridge allows ants to traverse to other islands even if they can't fly. However, they are expensive to make and costs more. Costs more as they grow. So I think the bridge would be quite nice. So how do we get up there? A logic trail that lets ants enter based on whether they are currently old or not. That's interesting. Reach a population of 75 ants. So let's try and just go in a straight line to this. So these guys are probably going to die over here, unfortunately. Unless I can send an ant over there. So let's trails erase that. We'll just go from here to there. I want 2 ants. In fact, I just need 1 ant from there to there. And I'm going to take that ant to go get a piece of scrap. And I want to see if it can fly with a piece of scrap. If it can, that's good news. We're going to turn it into a flying ant. And then I want to take it to go get some, is it iron plates? Yeah. Once it does that, where is our iron plates? Iron plate, here we go. I'm going to place a random dispenser over here. I'm going to take you to there. And then go that way. It looks like I can get them to carry it. So let's go from here to there. Yes, they can actually take the plates over, which is very nice. So we're going to do another one, which goes hauling from there to there. Then there. We've got another one waiting to go. Let's erase that, because now we should be able to get ants from both planets. As long as they pick this up. They do. So let's now go over here. One of them should hopefully have the plate. You. I think it might have to be on its own stockpile. Storage, stockpile. Drop that there, then go there. Yes. Yes, it's working. It's actually working. This is great. Once the next ant lands, here it comes. I can hear it. Here we go. With this ant, please follow me. Do that, and then we should. There we go. We have a launch pad, assigned target. We'll do it to this landing pad. Okay. And then there's a stockpile there. So now we can actually just trails erase these. And then they go like that. So that we can actually get copper on here, which I don't know if we need it on this planet, but I feel like it would be good to bring it this way. Yes, so now let's have the ants bring copper from this island. So you can be those. And then what we'll do is we'll erase that. We should be able to move that there. That can move like that. We're going to move this back down a bit further apart. And then that. Can't remember what that was. Oh, that was for the random iron plates. This thing can go there, and we'll place a dispenser from this there. So which one of these is landing? So you're the launching, you're the landing. So they'll come out of here, go to there, and then there. No, why does that not work? Landing, launch. I got those back to front. So they'll go from here to there to there. Go that way. And we'll do the same on the other side. So what we'll do is we'll try and get... Do you have something in your inventory? You do. So let's drag this to there. And before they can pick it back up, you've got a random iron plate. Go deposit that. Then go over there. Pause just because I'm struggling to keep up. We'll leave 3 of them on here. Ooh, in fact, do we want a counter gate? So, how long do these survive? They survive 8 minutes. I think we just run this until we can't run it anymore. So let's go back over here and do the opposite. We're basically going to do... In fact, let's literally just build the opposite of what we had over there. So we'll do that there. That there. Not sure what we need it for yet. But I think collecting things is going to be good. And we'll go from here to there to there. I'll move you slightly over. So now, if we zoom out, press play. Nope. We didn't tell the ants what to do yet. So, there, there. So they should now grab this copper and take it from here. They're going to fly over here and deposit it here and then go straight back. It sounds pretty good. If that works, that would be pretty good. And then they're going to go back. Hey. Right, we did it. I think I'm losing my voice. I'm not sure. This will be the third video I've recorded today. And, oh, to be fair, and I did a 3 and a bit hour stream, so. So, this is gonna now build up copper. It says continue the tech tree. But what I wanna do is have an area with foundations on it. And I think we found a nice flat area up here. So if we actually just start building up quite a large area. Oh, do I want to do it on one big one or have a bunch of little ones? Let's have a input for, so there's so much to think about. That's set to 3, that one is now 3. So we should now do a lot more inventor ants. I think our issue was the population thing, but I'm not too bothered by that. Right, so hypothetically, let's do a storage here, just so we can have a blank dispenser. Right, this is 0.0. We want to turn scrap iron into iron. Sorry, iron ore. No, it is called scrap iron. I was right. Scrap iron into iron, and then that into iron plates from here. So, let's pause. Production. Smelter. I think on the other one we have... Hello? 3 of them. So if we had... what are you missing? Scrap? We're actually missing scrap iron. Where do these come from? They come from here. Oh, and these ants have run out. So these are going to collect more scrap. The scrap's going to be turned into this, hopefully. Wait. Oh no, they are producing it. They're just producing it slowly. So this actually might get turned on faster than I was planning on. But do we do a temporary... Yeah, I think we do a temporary production bay. Just while we're doing the other one. I don't think there's a copy button, so we're going to go to production. Basically, what I'm going to do is I want more plates so we can then make an official place for plates. That's the idea. So we're going to need another stockpile. So let's do this stockpile here. And this is literally just temporary. So we'll go from here to there, there, there. We're going to do a counter gate from here, there, down, over there. We want that to be set to 1. I can see it. Hello. 1. That needs to be set to iron plates. Make that slightly more efficient. Right, so we should be making some extra. These guys are going to be collecting the iron. We should have inventor ants over there. Oh, now. What is that? That's a dead drone right in the middle of our area. So, if we had... Let's move that quickly, just out of the way. Move there. Then you move... there. You move... I'm gonna see how compact I can make it. Basically, we need 3 different routes that pick up from this. With a divider, so maybe move that one down. So they pick up from here, and then they go there, and then they take it from there somewhere else. So, do we do the old technique of build it big and then shrink it? I think so. Just to make this easier for us, we're going to build it big and then shrink it. So, we're going to want trail divider, there, 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 to there, and there, to there. So they're going from here to these ones. But let's move it one away. Oops. Like that. We can move you. Ooh, you don't perfectly fit. Let's overturn. What about sideways? Do you fit perfectly sideways? No, you go in between two of the attach points. So these will all go from here, there, and then they get deposited on a stockpile, like that. What if we did... Get rid of that line, and then you go from there to there, you go from there to there. Now, if there was an ant on here, would that work? Because we could also drag that down just to make it look cleaner. I think that would work. We could also have that there. That should work. Let's try and compact it, and that will give us a better feeling about it. We'll put you there. Put you there, and then we'll put you. I hate how this doesn't perfectly line up. We'll just whoops. Place you that way. Right. So the idea is, I want this area here to look pretty compact. In that case, we could probably move it closer. Right, so divider trail from here to there, from there. Divider trail from here to there, there to there, there to there. We'll move that forwards by one. From here to here, from here to here. Move that over by one. There to there, there to there, there to there. Right, and then this hauling from here to there. And then each one of these can have one of them like that. Don't want that connecting there though, so we'll have to move this. From there to there. I don't want you connecting. We have to move this down by one. And in that case, we might as well move this down by one just to make it clear. Right, that goes there. And then we'll have a null trail from there to there, there to there, and then there, from there to there. Then they go from, we need to get from here to here. We move that down again. The issue is things colliding. Pulling from there to there, and then from there, we have to get it back to the start. So we go from there to there. Right, so that works, and then we need to figure out the best way of connecting each one of these up. So that could go to there, that could go to there, that could go to there, there, there. And what I'm gonna do next probably is have the foundations. Nice. We will have a trail with a counter gate on it that runs along the bottom of the whole thing. And then we can have a counter gate running up to each area. So this counter, we'd want 3 of them at all times on there. So that is a good way of producing the iron blocks up here. And then now we switch it to turning the iron blocks into iron plates. So let's stay on this row here. We'll go, so we need 1 for, in fact, do we just build a very similar design? So go like that. And then we'll build a brand new stockpile, storage stockpile. Like that. We're gonna want some production. I think we go for 2. That fits almost perfectly. Same with that one. And the idea is we're gonna want a divider trail like that. What do we move that up by 1? Let's move that up by 1, just to give us that extra bit of room. And then it's gonna go from here to there, there to there. Like that. And these guys are gonna go along there. I'm gonna have a hauling one from here to there. This is actually, I'm liking how this is looking. And then from there to there. Wait, delete that. Does that work? That looks like that works. Now, what if we just did the counter up this side? And we want 2 on there at all times. So this should efficiently... We could have a counter gate for a counter gate. So we could have this as a closed circuit. Like that. And this can be our little efficient area over here. Do a couple more foundations behind it. It's a very clean circuit. And what are these? So that one there is 3 and 2. So then we'll come down here and say from, whoops, not whoops, but we have accidentally sent too many things over to become inventor ants. Oh, it's fine, don't panic. We'll just make more ants. Then what we'd do is we'd take 1 off for a counter gate. Off of here, we'll go up, over, 6. Because we need 5, but let's keep an extra. How many's on this one? 10? Nah. Do 5. And then these are gonna go up here. This is pretty cool though, I like this layout. Is this our thumbnail? How did we just get science points without me doing anything? Do they automatically... Sometimes they break automatically? What was that? Okay, and then we've got this running. So that's now going, but it can't go until the other one goes. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna move 1. In fact, no, we'll move them to there. Like that, just to see if they start it correctly. And then we've got 1, 2, 3. Let's see if we did this right. So straight forwards, to the right, to the left. Okay, that works. So then we delete you. We'll leave that there as a test. We'll come over here. And it's the scrap, isn't it, that we're after? which is that guy. Place dispenser. There we go. We can also use some of the other, I don't know, we'll see if this works first. They take scrap, go straight forwards. Scrap, go to the right. Scrap, go to the left. Then, should hopefully, if this works, ooh, they get stuck on the ones before them. But I think that's okay, because it's going to basically do it in batches. Yeah, so they now do that, and these guys, oh, I didn't set them, change plates. And these guys, I'm gonna go, yes, that works. Okay, so they're gonna put these down. They're gonna take those. I'm getting ready for the screenshot. I want it all working. There we go. That should be a decent screenshot. I got a screenshot. I'm happy about that. Yeah, this is our first. How is that happening? How are they doing that? It's giving me science points, and I didn't know that happens unless I clicked on them. We'll ignore that. We also have copper over here, so we're now getting copper. So this is our first efficiency build. In the future, this will look much more ridiculous. But what we can now do is flip this and have a separate area here. And basically slowly build these little groups of units. Sorry, I just punched the mic. What we can do is slowly build groups of units of these productions. And it makes very efficient future productions. And I don't think I'd prefer it if the line went straight from here to there. I feel like it looks weird. Let's give it a go. Like that. So if we went from there to there, there to there, there to there, can they tell? Give it a moment just to have a look. Would they still walk through them? Or do they have to wait? No, they can walk straight through. That's a slight efficiency bonus. How did two of you end up at the same one? I know how. I know how. Uh-oh, I broke it. You from there to there. You go back. Go away. You. Go away. You. Go away. You. Wait, what is happening here? How does it not see that one? Oh, is one of these stuck? I think one of them was stuck. Should be fine. And we probably don't need 6 of them on here thinking about it. Because they won't all die at the same time. So you're waiting for that. Now it should be fixed. So you go straight. You go left. Then you go left without grabbing anything. You go left. Okay, it's done. It's actually done. Boom. Another screenshot. I don't know if you hear the screenshot sound, but I've been taking a good few screenshots here. Right. But what we'll probably do is I'll edit that down and get that uploaded. I hope you enjoyed. This right here makes me feel very excited about the future of this game. Where we might be able to get to production-wise. I can't imagine the satisfaction that I'm gonna get at building quite the ant factory. So yeah, it'll be really cool. Appreciate you being here, and I'll catch you in the next one. Okay, bye.